Hey, welcome to Vic Ferrari's Garage. We're back. We got another project going. And I got to tell you, I think I've filmed this about 18 times. So don't think we just pick up a camera and go. I try to make videos that don't break because I like you to see everything that has to be done instead of just, I did this yesterday, but I didn't really film it. And I'm not picking on anybody. I just don't like that. I want to see a video from start to finish. How do I do it right? So I got a problem with the buggy. I'm trying to film a whole bunch and my daughter keeps bringing me Oreo cookies and I have to stop and start again. So here's what's going on. Let's jump into it. So I got this Sandrail and it's got dual Weber 44s. One over here, one over there. They are right next to both tires. I'm running 33 1250 tires. I know you can't see it. I'm sure you've seen a 30 1250. There you go. So the tire literally is like right here. Just this far from the carburetor. And it is pounding it with dust. And it's pounding it with water. So my filters kept plugging up. And then when they would plug to a certain point, it would suck the dirt through the filter because the vacuum of the engine would just get so great. And it would suck it through. And that's within an hour out here in the Arizona desert. Now, if you got an engine where you're running a turbo or you got a carb here in the middle, I had that on my other buggy and I never plugged up. And so everybody's like, oh, Vic, you're just going nuts, you know, blah, blah. Well, it all changed when I put the tire next to the carb or the carb next to the tire. So we're going to build a project, but in the meantime, I tried putting a lady's nylon on it. I tried getting outerwear. People say, Vic, you need outerwear. So I bought this other outerwear. This outerwear was 65 microns. This is 45 microns. The filter is 20 micron filtration. And the dust was still getting sucked through it because it's finer than that. Or the vacuum would build up when the carb filter would plug up and it would still suck it through. So when that happens, it literally plugs up your carb with these tires or your filter and the pleats get plugged up and everything. This was clean. And I did a ride where I just went in the backyard back behind my house and I did about 8 donuts. And my filter's already starting to get packed up because the tires are just throwing the dirt right at it. It's not that it's trying to filter dust, it's trying to literally filter dirt being thrown at it. And what happens is that dirt ends up getting down in here. It plugs up your float. It goes underneath here and plugs up your idle circuits. Let me see if I can stick this on here. So I'm going to take this off. And underneath here, my project is to build a plate of steel that sticks out an inch . It's going to stick out an inch wider than this all the way around. And what that's going to allow me to do is keep the filter in here and build a box, a cover. It's going to be the same shape as this. It's just going to be 1 inch bigger. It's going to give you the same look, but it's going to be 1 inch bigger. And the plate that goes under this sitting flat is going to have the top hat come down and seal on it. And I'll show you that over here in a minute on my piece. And then I'm going to have to weld on a piece here for my linkage bar. So this will be actually cut off because it's going to block the hat. And then the plate down there will have the new one on it. So, you know, speaking of that, I actually might make the plate big enough. Yeah, anyway, I'll figure that out later. Things are going on inside my brain. So, what's going to happen here is this is going to be on, okay? good enough. And then we can get rid of the outerwear because we're not going to need that. What we're going to do is we're going to build this plate and this cover, and then yes, this is shit hose for an RV, but it happens to be dirt cheap at Walmart. Happens to be 3-inch hose, so I can run it right up my frame like this. I can then curve it over, and these orange pieces are going to be gone, but I can curve it over, stick it right up through here, so it's going to run off the carb, up the bar, come under here, and up here I'm going to have a Donaldson part number H002437 top spin or spin top Donaldson pre-cleaner. And what that does is it's just like the farm equipment, the bulldozers. It draws in air through the bottom, spins the air, throws the dirt to the sides, which get then wiped with an actual wiper, and that wiper shoots them out the side while the clean air goes down into the carb. And that removes up to 95% at a 5 micron level. So your dirt is gone. Your water is not hopefully going to fly all the way up there. And if it does, the little bit that does get in there is going to spin around because it's heavier than air, and it's going to get ejected. So no water, no dirt, no dust, virtually a HEPA filter is going to fill down to here. And this thing should literally go for 1,000 miles and not even need cleaned. So that's what we're after. I'm going to show you what I've created so far. Oh yeah, and I used to run this in my race cars. This is a blast. Groovy grape. It makes your exhaust smell like grapes, cherries, whatever you want, pineapple. And it's awesome. I love it. People sit at stoplights and look at you and they're like, what the heck? And they enjoy it because it smells good. You roll into the car show, you're the hit of the place because you smell like grapes. Your garage smells good. Don't overdo it because your garage will actually smell super great. And so anyway, I'm making a template, and this is going to be made out of probably maybe 1/8-inch steel, I'm thinking, for the base plate, because you're going to want it a little bit stiff. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put this template, we're going to cut it out right along this dark line on the outer side. Okay, this is going to be where our plate is going to weld on for the linkage. And then we're going to cut out the bolt holes, the venturi holes, and a new float piece. So the dotted line is going to be where the hat actually meets a piece of rubber seal on the plate. And I'm going to put some bolts through here. They're going to be welded onto the hat so that they push through, and you put a nut on the bottom, pulls it down tight. And that way we're going to have an airtight box. The hose is going to go onto a piece up here, and the filter will literally be in its own little chamber. And then the hose will head off to the pre-cleaner. It'll pre-clean, it'll come down the hose, go into the carb. If there's anything left, the filter will catch it, but there should be actually almost zero dirt or dust. And you can literally fill the pre-cleaner. You can take dirt, just handfuls, and you can literally just shove it in the bottom of the pre-cleaner, and it will spit it out the side and still put pure clean air into your carb. So if you want to watch that, there's actually a video of a guy who's feeding rocks into a pre-cleaner, and it's chewing the rocks up, grinding them into dirt, and just spitting them out the side, and perfectly clean air is going into his diesel engine. So check that out. Anyway, we're gonna do a part 2 where I start building this, and we'll just keep doing a couple of parts until we're done. And you're gonna need a welder, a drill, and a grinder. So anybody should be able to do this if they have access to those 3 things. So this is Vic Ferrari in the garage. If you can't tell, it's 115 in the garage and I'm pouring sweat. So before I dehydrate and die in front of you, like, subscribe, have a great day. We'll see you in part 2.